Mickey, looks like the market really reacted well to the Fed raising rates, but did so gradually, only a quarter of a point. Talked about 2 more, but said sometime in the future, not anything immediate. Is that how you saw it?
Yeah, well, what's interesting is, we've talked about the wording of this last meeting was really going to be key. And they gave the market, in my opinion, the best possible wording. First of all, they said that, economic growth wasn't as strong as people thought, which means inflation isn't moving as high or as strong as people thought, which then slows down the pace of interest rate hikes, which is why the market took off. Everyone figured in that 25% rate increase, which we got. No surprise there. We've talked about that. That was a gimme. The big question was how fast were the next 2 going to come? And they also talked about some more in 2017. Now the question is, okay, so we know 2 more are coming when? So we're just going to keep going through this volatility of wondering. We're going to get economic news that comes out that's going to show, oh, the economy's getting good, the market's going to drop. Oh, it's not so good, the market's going to run up. It's just going to be the same thing we've seen for the past year.
Yeah, I guess that brings, to question then what next? Because as you've talked about, stocks are trading at very high values. It's really not sustainable for the long term. What comes up must come down. We've been in the longest growth period, at least in recent history. So what are the kind of indications you're looking for on behalf of your clients as to when the market does indeed take a downturn?
Well, we use a lot of technical and quantitative indicators to look for trend reversals. We have not seen anything that shows any type of trend reversal. One of the key things we'll look for will be when we do get an actual pullback, which we know there'll be one at some point, just because we've had this really nice rally since the election. And you'll get some sort of news that comes out and cause some selling. And that first pullback of where the buyers come in. And that'll be kind of that first indication of, okay, is this a pullback or is this the start of a correction? And then, that's when all the indicators that we look at start to change and we decide, okay, do we start lightening up? Because let's face it, you're right. This market rally is somewhat long in the tooth. There's a lot of people that think we still have plenty of room to grow. Personally, I look at it and values are high. If you're an investor coming in, there's really nothing you could buy and say you feel comfortable it's going to go a lot higher from this level. So I have to believe at some point the trend will reverse. I don't feel comfortable guessing because that's all I'm going to do, because for the past year and a half, it just keeps going higher.
I appreciate that, Mickey. I know it's a complicated situation, one in which a lot of people are going to have questions on. So when they do, how do they get a hold of you?
They can always email me directly. I respond to all my emails very quickly. It's Mickey, M-I-C-K-E-Y, at Envestim, ENVESTIM.com. They can follow us on Twitter at Envestim1, and they can follow our Facebook page, which is Envestim.
Perfect, Mickey. Thanks so much for your time. Talk next week.
Thanks, David. Talk to you then.